This is so weird. Final episode of the Courtship, episode 12. Such a beautiful episode. I am happy because let me spoil something for you. Now I'm not gonna prove it. I'm not gonna give you that satisfaction. You're gonna watch the whole damn video. Or if you're one of those people who skip it to the end to find out the result, please don't be that person. Please watch my video. Please subscribe. Thank you so much. Okay, let's talk about episode 12. Final episode of the Courtship. Okay, Remy, at the beginning we saw Remy just like they have like some kind of picnic outside the castle. She's with her parents and the friend she's thanking her parents for helping her coming to the realization about Mr. Chalkman.
Mom and Dad, like you guys called it. You knew that wasn't the life that I wanted to live, and I just appreciate you guys being honest with me.
You know, Remy was so I wouldn't say she was in love. Remy was so in loss with Mr. Chalkman. She couldn't see what everybody around her was saying. She used to say, "Oh, I'm gonna be the one who turned him to be the guy who wanna commit. I'm gonna be the one." You say, "I'm not looking for someone who has this, that. I already have that for myself. I just want someone who make my heart skip a bit, you know." She was there. I understand. Oh, girl. Poor girl didn't know she was getting played by some kind of F-boy. F-boy was one of my favorites. I didn't know he was the F-boy at the beginning. Guys, I didn't know that. I didn't know he was that kind of guy. The three suitors left are very special to her. Mr. Kong give her the space to be herself. She feel like home. She really like him. Mr. Bokikyo is so honest. Like, whether it's like I want to get proposed, I want to get engaged, like he always express what he's feeling. Very honest with Miss Remy, whether whatever comment can be something that she want to hear or not. He's honest compared to someone who was saying, "Okay, let's not talk about him. It's the final episode. It's supposed to be the happy episode." Okay, finally, Mr. George is the happy surprise. So the unexpected guy, who came a little bit late, but really swept her on her face. So this final trigger, a very great guy. So she was talking about that. And then we have our daily tea. It's time to get our tea and start the show. That's not a tea though. Okay, our daily tea is here. What's gonna be happening? Okay, guys, it's time to leave the Regency wall and move to the mother wall for the 3 final dates with Miss Remy. All the 3 are gonna have time to spend with me before she commit to someone. She at least wanna know how they are in the modern world, because they are not trying to stay in the Regency where they have to time travel to our model to 2022. They have to time travel, you know. They have to do that. Okay, they leave the Regency world, but the parents stay in the Regency world. Miss Claire are still in the Regency world. Miss Tessa are still in the Regency world. It's only Remy and the 3 suitors that will leave to the modern world. And she's gonna have her time. She's gonna spend her time with those 3 guys and see if there's a connection with either one of them. See how they dress. Dress is especially important. But she said, "Oh, the whole tour." Then their sister was joking. What about if this person wear this is not really the type of thing that you like? She said, "Oh, the whole tour can change." The most surprising thing for me, the culture shock that I have. You remember when they always saw Miss Remy wearing like a long dress, sitting on the couch? She was wearing the blazer and the jeans. I have a culture shock. Miss Remy, you're supposed to wear a dress on the show. I was like, oh my god, it was so weird. It was like the Regency and the modern world meet together. She always do those interview wearing Regency clothes, the dress, the long dress. I'm so used to that by now. Seeing her with the regular outfit that we wear in the century was so culture shock for me. But it was a good thing to see. Remy have her first one-on-one with Mr. Bokikyo, and they are talking about life that they're gonna live in New York, because Bokikyo is from New York. He want me to move with her like in New York. They're just gonna have a simple life, like walking in the park, doing normal things that normal people do. Yeah, I feel like they look good together. And she said that you're supposed to marry someone who dresses like your dad. She said her dad also loved turtleneck, and Booking is wearing like a jacket with like a long turtleneck.
Turtlenecks are his thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Imagine.
They always say, "With your father."
Classy New York outfit type of clothes. And Remy, she's wearing like, she have 3 days and each day she wear like a different outfit. They have a great day. They look good. They're talking about the life. What's gonna be after this? It was just a great date. Walking in the park, doing those normal things. And then Remy have a final day with Mr. JC. It was like the date in they have like a night out type of day. They were meeting in the club. JC was wearing like a sexy shirt. It looked so good. You know JC. I have a soft part for JC. He's one of my favorite. After Mr. Hunter left, oh, I love JC. I have a soft spot for JC. This is the date where JC surprised Remy. She was always say that JC is literally the perfect guy, but she doesn't find like JC as spontaneous. She doesn't see that side. Literally, she felt something during the day. They have the makeup section that they usually do in the bachelor, guys. They literally lift her up and put her up something. They have the makeup section outside. Yeah, she finally feel like the connection that she wanted to feel. Like a long time with JC, it's not just like a great guy, it's gonna be a great husband or a great father. She felt that kind of fire with him as well. Finally, we have the last day with Mr. Con or Christian. So Remy have a date with Christian, and remember when he was talking to Tessa asked him how you gonna show your romantic side with Remy. Remy said that she have a strong emotional connection with Mr. Con, but she's still missing that romantic side. She doesn't see that. So Mr. Con recreated like a romantic side. He wanted to show Remy like he's also romantic. They have like that great day. It's like a camping type of day. They have a tent and they have like this star. He even told me those are the stars from Seattle.
Okay.
This is exactly how the stars aligned the night that you were born. And we are in Seattle, Washington.
Like it's like you're looking at this sky from Seattle right now. It was a beautiful day. I can't believe you put that together. They have also romantic time, kissing. I'm like, oh my god, all the guys look like stronger. I can't believe one of the guys gonna be sent home after this 3 dates. Yeah. So after all the date were over, so we have the 3 suitors. Only 2 suitors we go back to the Regency wall. 1 suitor will leave to the mother wall. He doesn't have to change back. He can just get out. So I feel bad. So the 3 suitors here in front, they have like some kind of, it's not the bachelor. If it was the bachelor, we say rose ceremony. They have some kind of like ceremony outside the castle. Miss Remy saved Mr. Bokikyo. So the judge surprised her. Say, oh my god, I can see that it's not just a great guy that I can marry, but it's also a great guy that I'm very, very attracted to. I'm not saying you have to marry somebody you're not attracted to. You know, but they usually say you have, like, this is the husband material and this is the boyfriend. They usually say those type of things, you know. So when she saw that, she said, oh my god, he has that. So she saved him. And Mr. Khan gonna go home. I just knew it. He was a great guy. He was a great guy during the whole process. He still will be a great guy. Not for Remy, for someone else. So the final 2 suitors who's gonna go back to the Regency wall are Mr. Josh and Mr. Bukik. It's time for Mr. Khan to go back to the modern world. He has been such a great addition to this show. I'm gonna miss him. Yeah, he said he's opening her up. He has to like close his eyes, so like it's been broken and everything. He's crying. You know that Remy is such a great person. Even though they are not end up together, he wish her all the best. I told you, Mr. Kwan is a great guy. There has been so many great guys in this process and so many not so great guy. Okay, so the next day, so Mr. Josh and Mr. Bukikyo, they literally show her when they go back to the castle. They were wearing. They wanted to show this transition. They wanted to show, oh, we are moving to the Regency world. They were wearing those regular outfit for 2022 or the modern world, and then they enter into the carriage. Mr. Cole leave in the car, leave with the car, and then they went into the carriage. When they exit the carriage, they are wearing Regency clothes. Like it's kind of like they time travel back in the past after traveling back in the future. They're traveling back in the past, and they have those Regency outfits. And when they arrived, the parent was so happy with the final too. So everybody was happy with the final too. Two boys have like the boy child or the guy child. They're just sitting and talking about the relationship. Yeah, it's kind of awkward. That the two people left. Like they each look at each other. Is it gonna be me? Is it gonna be you? I don't know. And then we saw the mom, the dad, the sister, and Tessa. Each of them tried to like, oh, I am team this. The mom, the dad really liked Mr. Joe.
I love Mr. Judge. I think that he would be not only a good husband, but a good father.
The mom also liked Mr. George.
The look that you give to each other, you can tell there's something deep there.
But it doesn't mean that they are completely team Mr. George. They just see like they like him. And Tessa also like Mr. George.
Danny, you would be compatible with, but Jesse offers a lot of growth.
And the sister, she's so team Bukikyo.
Danny B is your speed. I feel like you two are gonna hit the ground running, and it's just gonna be like this very passionate relationship right off the bat.
She's like, oh, she's so team Bukikyo. The other people like Mr. George, but it doesn't mean like that's the person that they want Remy to end up with. It's just what they see, and they think he's a great guy. And her sister, I think Bukikyo is a great guy, but people don't see. She saw something in Bukikyo. Maybe other people don't see it, so I didn't see that before, but Bukikyo grew on me. Like, literally, I saw a transformation. If you think I'm lying, go back to the other episode I talk about. You will see what I feel about Bukikyo. I'm literally lay everything on the table. I saw the growth. I saw him grow in the past few episodes. The attitude that I have toward him has changed. So I'm proud of the Bukikyo that I see now. So it's not the same Bukikyo that who was literally telling me those type of things. I'm proud of him. And I am like 50-50. Just to give it to the chamber. I'm ready 50-50. If I was about to choose, I don't know, I would choose Mr. Jesse because that's Mr. George. I'm attracted to Mr. George. For Remy, both guys are great. So I'm team 50-50 for Remy. For myself, I'm team George. Yeah. So meeting the fam, Mr. George and Mr. Bukikyo, they have some kind of one-on-one with the parent. They're asking for Remy for the blessing to be with the daughter, and the parent kind of say, "Oh, we're gonna give you the blessing later," So it's like, if they was gonna say that, oh, if my daughter choose you, we gave him the blessing. Then they imply that they give him the blessing, but they say that it depends of the daughter. So whoever end up with the daughter, they will be happy to welcome that person. Back in episode 11, they were like doing something, and after meeting the family, they were cooking, getting some food, and after talking to the family, it's gonna be the similar contest here where Remy have a one-on-one with one of the suitors, and the other suitor meet the family to talk directly. Remy have a one-on-one time with Mr. Bukikyo and Mr. George go and talk to the parent, and they say that he talk about what he bring to the table, like what Remy is special to him. He asked for the blessing. The parents say, oh, they will give the blessing later. They will see everything about they will talk to the daughter and give the blessing to the guys later. So they really like what they see in Mr. George. He is a great guy, and they will welcome him into the fam if Remy choose him.
I'm gonna say you need to let her know that she's the one. Don't tell us. Tell Nicole.
During that time, Remy have a one-on-one with Mr. Bukikyo. You know, Bukikyo doesn't always express himself. If you remember that, like, they were talking to, like, not the therapist. They were talking to the psychic. She was telling, like, the psychic was telling, like, Bukikyo, if you don't say anything, Remy will never know. You need to open up. You need to express yourself. You need to show how you feel about Remy. Bukikyo set up this date with all like the paper, just like in The Bachelor. In Katie's season, Andrew have a date with Katie, and it's literally like he said, he have all those paper who mean something about Remy, stuff that he couldn't express to her.
And these are all the expressions that I couldn't verbalize to you. So
she read all those paper, a lot of paper, and one of the paper is blank. He said, I leave this paper in blank because it's something I want to tell you directly. I said, oh, Bukikyo is so romantic. He said, I love you. He said that he loved Remy. She was so happy because she know that Bukikyo said that he really liked her. He never said to her that he loved her. So she was so happy. The date was so beautiful and so romantic. I'm like, oh my God, Bukikyo have 1 point. What are you gonna do, JC? You have to step up. The game is getting interesting. You have to do something to step up. Nico also have a date with JC, and during the day, Mr. Bukikyo had his talk with the parent, you know. And the date was like they went outside. They were just walking outside, and then a bird come to deliver like an envelope or deliver something, and there was a key inside, a secret key that led to a secret room into the castle. And they went into that secret room and they saw like everything. So it was really on the top of the room, and the room was showing like the entrance of the castle. You know, like in museum of old building, like when you see like the design on the top, just like the cone in the back of the TV screen, you see there usually beautiful picture inside, like the building who represents something. This is how beautiful that place was. That was like literally in the top of the castle, and where you see the cone with beautiful image painting from the past. So they were in that sacred place, and from that top you can see the entrance, you can see everything that happened. He told Miss Remy, this is where everything began. This is where everything began, our connection. This is where I walked into the room to meet you. Like they was just trying to talk about the history, all the special moments that they have. It was beautiful, and I feel like now Remy see Mr. Korn, it delight that she wanted to see him. So he's not just like the nice guy. He's not just the guy who's gonna offer great things. He's a guy that she can marry. It's a guy that can be the father for her children. It's a guy that she can go on a nice date with. It's a great guy. It's an interesting guy. She's attracted to him. He has all the quality that she was looking for a while ago. So they have that great day. Mr. Bukikyo talked to the parent. He said that he was very skeptical about the beginning. At the beginning, remember in the past, he used to say, I'm just here to form a connection. And the dad said, excuse me, a connection? What are your intention with my daughter? We have that moment in the past. We didn't know what Mr. Bukikyo was here for. And then we saw so much growth for this guy. He said he was so skeptical in the past, but this is going to be such a great story to tell.
this is just such a story to tell, and I feel like it's worth giving your all.
Remember, even before meeting the parent, he told me that he loved her, right? Yes. That means he was all in. Both guys are all in. That make a great season. I almost say great season of The Bachelor, but we are not talking about The Bachelor. It's the same in The Bachelor. If we have like a strong final two, it's making the story even more amazing. It's good to have two great contestants who want to see what would the league end up with? Either way, it's a great story. Just like Bokiko said, that would be a great story to tell. Okay, I just said him like he was an author or something. He's not Joy Austin or whoever they talk about. Okay. And the parents really appreciate that from Mr. Bokiko. He also asked for the blessing. They say they will talk to the daughter, they will come with that blessing, they will give that blessing letter. So, but what the parents saw is not the same Bokiko that they used to think or they used to talk about. There's so much growth, guys. Yeah. So Nicole did continue with Mr. George, and Mr. George said he's willing to move to Seattle. He didn't say it like that. The way he said it was so cool. And he said, what are you gonna do after this process? And he said, after this process, Mr. George said, after this process, and I won't be returning home because I will be moving to Seattle. She was like, oh my God. She was so happy when he said that because she didn't expect that. And they are talking about how life gonna be, how many children they want. Remy say, oh, she wants 3 to 5 children. They agree with that. They're both so beautiful. I'm just so happy for each of them. So those are the end of 2 days. It was 2 beautiful final days with the 2 last suitors. Everything that happened was so beautiful, and we are the next day. Everybody, we don't know what Remy is gonna do. The parents don't know what Remy is gonna do. The sister and the best friend don't know what Remy is gonna do. Only Remy knows what her choice is. So, and Remy says she's praying that she's making the right decision because it's tough. It's tough.
I pray that I make the right decision.
It's not like, oh, this person win or that person win. It is a tough final decision for Remy because all the guys bring something to the table. So, and now it's time for the family or the parent to talk to Miss Remy. So the parent, both of the parents, and before even the parents say that they're gonna give the blessing, I said, oh my God, they're gonna give the blessing to both of the guys because both of the guys, for what I saw this episode and last episode, both of the guys are great guys. They already know JC was a great guy, but they didn't saw Bokiko. They were kind of skeptical about Bokiko, just like he was skeptical about the process. So now they saw something they wanted to see from Bokiko, and they always saw something in George, so they gave the blessing to him that you don't have to stress about us anymore. We love both guys. It's like all the burden for the Remy's shoulder were gone. She felt so free. She was so happy. Her parents said, we're giving you our blessing for both guys. And the parent told me, all you have to do now is follow your heart. Either one of them will be welcome to our family. Oh. Follow your heart, Miss Remy. That was so amazing how the parents said that to her. She felt so relieved. She felt so relieved. It has been so stressful. What happened, like the past episode, be able to come to the end with 2 great guys. I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for her future with either one of the guys. They are both great guys. It's not something like a right decision or the wrong decision yet. And I agree with the parent. I give my blessing. If I have to give my blessing, she doesn't even need my blessing. I'm nobody to her. If I have to give my blessing, I give my blessing to both of the guys. Either guy, you're doing a good job with me. It's not about who team I am or who team I'm not. I love both guys. Okay. So Mr. M, we have like the farewell ball. The last farewell ball, just like they said, this is going to be the last farewell ball. You remember how the farewell ball used to be so scary at the beginning? I say, when they used to read the dance camp, this evening, there's gonna be 3 suitors, 4 suitors, 2 suitors, 5 suitors. No, they never say 5 suitors. This evening, we have 2 suitors left. It's the farewell ball. You know, in the past, when they should show Remy enter the room and all the guy was already here. The family was on this side, the guy was on the other side. It was like, oh wow. Remy have a great entrance. She was so beautiful. The guys also have a great entrance. I think the guys went come first, and they look so gorgeous with the white outfit, like they're ready to get married or something. Everybody's wearing white. What's happening? Where is my white outfit? I was supposed to wear white outfits for this final. I didn't think of that. Look at me thinking of that almost at the end of the show. Yeah, everybody looks so beautiful wearing white. The guys can, they look so fancy, so handsome. Remy can, she looks so beautiful in a white pre-wedding dress, if I can say that. Yeah. So boys have the entrance, Remy have an entrance. Everybody's like a party time, a time to celebrate. Remy have time to dance with the guys, with each guy. They're just talking about what they're gonna bring to the final table if we end up together, And it's almost time. Dun. Guys, we are moving toward the end. Who is it gonna be? Mr. Josh or Mr. Bukikyo? Yes, guys. Okay, it's time. So one of the suitors went outside with Remy to talk more, and the other suitor was inside. He said, what is he taking her outside? And okay, let's talk about it. Okay, Mr. Josh went outside to talk to Miss Remy. They were like sitting on this stair, and they were talking. Josh was saying like everything that he was gonna bring to the table. Remy was happy, and then her face shifted. Her face.
I'm so grateful for you.
No, don't break my heart. Yeah, her face kind of changed. I think she already made her decision. And guys, the perfect guy. I know the perfect guy. You let go. Oh, after Mr. Hunter, at least a perfect guy who opened up this time. Yeah, Mr. Josh was the perfect guy. Not for Remy. He was literally talking and Remy started crying. I'm like, oh damn, that's the breakup crying over there. That's the breakup crying. Yeah. So she said that, I don't remember what she said, but she was crying that he is a great guy. But she already made her decision. Her guy with someone else, all this breakup talk. Mr. Josh, he was so sad. He was so sad. He really told me it was the one. I thought something was gonna happen this final episode. I said, is it gonna be like that? Is it gonna be the surprise guy who come and sweep you off your feet and literally change your world? Is it gonna be like that, or is it gonna be the one that has been always there all the time? We don't know. It was so great. I didn't know what was gonna happen though. She said goodbye to Mr. John. Nobody said no, because I think Remy went outside with Mr. Josh, and then she went outside with Mr. Bukikyo, right? But when she was outside with Mr. Josh talking, Mr. Claire have like a dance with Mr. Bukikyo. They were talking. She said, oh, you need to talk more to my sister. Claire, she really like Mr. Bukikyo. She really like him for Remy. So they just have like some final talk. And nobody know what happened. Nobody know that Remy already broke up with Mr. Josh. And Remy was like, when you just lose something, but you have no idea what's even gonna happen. You're not sure about the other thing, right? She have that expression. Say, I can't believe. She have like for a moment. She said, in her mind, she said, I can't believe I let Mr. Josh go. I'm not even sure that this guy I'm just gonna be his girlfriend. I'm not even sure after this portion it's just gonna be like, it's not gonna be a fling. I know that for sure it's not gonna be a fling. Mr. Josh, Mr. Bukikyo is more serious than Mr. Chapman. So she know that they see their life together. She didn't know if he's gonna propose to her. She didn't know if the relationship is serious to get to that point, like for him, because she know that for her she want that, but she didn't know what's gonna happen. She didn't know. She had the moment, it's realization, what did I do? If you watch Grey's Anatomy, JC, was it JC? JC, the handsome guy for Grey's Anatomy, and one of my favorite, the guy with the red hair, when she left her wedding, and she wasn't sure, even though after everything happened, it wasn't the way I like it, but when she left her wedding, in the middle of her wedding, to follow another guy, and after she got this realization, what the hell am I gonna do? I just literally left my wedding. Somebody's gonna marry me. We're gonna spend our lifetime together. It wasn't that big as this realization. I literally left that to follow the unknown. The unknown. This is what happened to me right now. I'm about to move out of this place. I still haven't found a place to live. I'm like, literally, the moving, the market right now is so bad. The prices are so high. It's not like 1 year ago. It's like every place is so hard to move in. The timing and everything. I'm about to leave this place without knowing where am I gonna go. Why do we make such a decision in life? We take risk. Yeah, sometimes in life you have to take risks, even without knowing. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. So Remy that have that realization, say, what am I doing? But she took the risk. She doesn't know if Bokikyo is gonna propose. She doesn't know if they're gonna move together, even though he told the parent that he's willing to move with Remy. She doesn't know. She took the risk. But she knows that she loves him. She knows that he loves her. And now it's time for Bokikyo and Remy to go outside, also to have the talk. They sitting outside, like small part, like a parent. They show all the romantic part, what happened, and what they were sitting outside, how they met. They show, they always show like those traumatic moments that happened during the season. Mr. Bokikyo talked to Remy. He didn't know if he was the final one. He was just talking and talking. And then he wanted her to be with him. So, and then she didn't know. In her mind, she said, okay, I'm just going to be with Mr. Bokikyo. I don't even know if I'm going to get that proposal, whatever I wanted. And then he take the ring out. He got down one knee. I was like, I didn't know it was going to pop up because it was literally the most skeptical guy the whole season. I'm like, wow, I can't believe Bokikyo is about to do this. Remy was like, just like me. I can't believe he's about to do this. She was so happy he proposed to her. They got the great romantic moment. It started with a firework, like they said, it ended up with a firework. They have that great romantic moment, and they go back to the room. They saw that Miss Remy is with Miss Bokikyo. The family is happy, and Remy showed the ring. Oh my God, they were even more happy because they know Bokikyo. They didn't know if he was gonna get there. If it was Mr. George, right? They already know, oh, Mr. George gonna propose, but Mr. Bokikyo, they weren't sure that is he gonna propose or is it just gonna be like, oh, we are the happy couple at the end. Let's go date and figure this thing out. Like the thing that they do in Bachelor right now. I don't like the Bachelor like I used to do. Not that everybody is so calm to agree to date in the real world. I think they're supposed to cast people who come to get married. I'm not pushing people to get married, but that's what I want to watch on my TV. Excuse me. I don't want people who decided to live together. This is no BIP. This is Bachelor and Bachelorette to get married. Okay, that's enough talking about that. Claire was the most happy. Miss Claire or Miss Baker. Miss Baker was the most happy. She spotted Mr. Bokikyo even when the family was leading toward Mr. Josh. She was like leading toward Bokikyo. I was leading a little bit toward Mr. Josh, but I already saw some growth in Mr. Bokikyo. That's why it became 50-50. Yeah. I would say I want Remy, even though I love Mr. Josh so much, I wanted Remy to end up with Mr. Bokikyo. It's so weird because Mr. Josh is my favorite guy. But I want Remy to end on with Mr. Bukike. Why? I want Mr. Josh for myself. And I want Mr. Bukike for Remy. They suit each other so well, you know. Compared to like the relationship with Mr. Josh, like I feel like he has that. I feel when I see Mr. Josh and Miss Remy, he has that youth in him. It's like I don't know. When I see Remy and Mr. Bukike, it's like equal partner. He's 31. He's ready to get married. She's ready. Yeah, she's 27 or 26, but she's already there. You know, girl mature very quickly. I don't know how old Mr. Josh is, but I still feel like that young and playfulness, even though he's such a great guy and he's ready for everything, right? But still, like, I was still leading toward Mr. Bukike for Remy, but I'm leading toward Mr. Josh for myself. I don't know. Josh me if you want to josh me. I'm done. I did that. Okay, so the courtship is over. Oh my god, I can't believe how long the final episode was. Thank you so much, guys. This has been such a great recap of the courtship. I'm so happy you were with me during this off season of The Bachelor to listen to me talking about another whole show. And that's why I've been trying to work so hard to make the video so well done for you to watch and entertain yourself. Thank you so much for supporting my small YouTube channel, for watching my video. I really appreciate that. And after putting all those videos of the courtship, you're gonna see me talking about, maybe I'll have a few more videos to put, but I will try to get at least 2 weeks to relax before The Bachelor, like season 20. I don't even know how it was season. I can never keep up with that. It's the next season of The Bachelor started. So thank you so much for this off season. It has been such a great time recapping the courtship. Oh, I almost forgot to say something. I love the show. I don't know about the rest of the world. I don't know if everybody loved the show like me. I want a season 2, and I want, just like in Bridgerton, that the season 1 we have Daphne. The season 2 we have a border. I am a gentleman. I am a gentleman. I want a season 2 of the courtship, and I have 3 propositions who's gonna be the next Bachelor in the courtship. So I have 3 people that I really wanted to be. I want Mr. Josh. He was such a great guy in this whole show. Oh my god, I appreciate watching Mr. Josh. He has all the quality that you want for daughter to marry. Such a great guy. So I want Mr. Josh to be the next guy, or I want Mr. Hunter, the perfect guy who couldn't open up, so that we have a chance to get to know Mr. Hunter better. Remy let him go because he didn't open up. I want to get to know Mr. Hunter more better. He was like my favorite of all time. My first favorite was Mr. Hunter, after we have Mr. Josh and all the other people. And finally, I'm gonna say something that you will say, I want Mr. Chapman to be also one of the contestants, to be the next person in the courtship. Why Mr. Chapman? I want to see the ladies gonna agree to live in the van life, or I want to see the goal in him. If he agreed to do that, I want to see Mr. Chapman fall in love for real. He said he can never love Remy. Can he love somebody else? Is he ready for that? That would be an interesting season to like. I literally want to see an F-boy fall in love. Okay, thank you so much for listening to me rambling. I'll be doing that for 1 hour, but probably I will edit and reduce that to something else. But I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate watching my video. I really enjoy watching this. This is probably the last video I filmed for the next month, because I'm glad I'm taking a break from filming everything else. It's just gonna be editing for now. Thank you so much, guys, for watching the courtship. That was a great season. Okay, let's toast for spending the time watching that with me. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you have a great final season because it was great. I'm happy for the final couple.